My lifestyle was never a pleasant lifestyle. You know, I grew up with my mom, and she was a major drug addict. I've been in and out of houses, abandoned houses, seeing her dope up and getting beaten, raped and stuff like that. I retained all that stuff and I became violent in the streets.
I remember when my mom was still in the picture this one time, and her and my dad were fighting, and I jumped on my mom after my dad knocked her down. And I told him, get away from my mom. And all I specifically remember is seeing his fist come straight to my face. And then after that, waking up in a hospital.
I think I was 6 years old when I've been sexually abused. So I grew up thinking that every adult is scary. You know, those traumatic events never really stopped until I was 17. I got into a lot of fights, didn't want to go to school. Then I slipped into depression, so I missed more school. I would get suspended, I would get detention, and I just kind of gave up.
I would have been glad to end my life a long time ago, but you know, I see the guys that are coming up in situations similar to my own, and I just want to help them, you know what I'm saying?
I really need to trust who I was working with, that the people that were working with me had my best interests at heart.
I'm just a Hale kid that went to private school. I never did drugs, I never ran the streets, and yet somehow they allow me to participate in their lives. Hale Kipa does a lot of the unsung, unnoticed, but really vital work in the community. Their willingness to allow me to participate in their lives is really kind of what keeps me going.
What keeps me going is knowing that we are making a positive difference, and of all the kids I've met, I realize that almost without exception, I like them. I care about them and they matter.
I believe this work is based on relationships, and from what I've experienced is that they don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. That's the biggest part, is being consistent in showing up for the kids, and no matter where they're at in the process, just helping them every step of the way.
I think I met Hale Kipa back in, I'm gonna say 2002. He helped me out a lot. He's taken me to doctor's appointments, talking to me when I was down, and I think what he does is not for the job. I think he really likes what he does for the kids. Because I know he goes through a lot with all these kids, you know what I mean? And they come through and he has to deal with them, calm them down, whatever he has to change. He has to stoop to another level. And I think it takes a lot for that. And I think he does it because he really loves it.
Even though I went to prison, I still, you know, take all the lessons that I learned, and I've learned a lot from these guys. They taught me how to keep my anger in check. They taught me how to be respectful, responsibility. These guys helped me with jobs, taught me how to be on time for my appointments. I was just a young punk. I didn't want to listen to nothing, but I learned that from these guys. Because I put these guys through hell, and they never gave up on me, ever.
Hale Kipa served as a support for me in order for me to not become homeless.
I've got a lot of help being in this program, and I'm not quite there yet, but I think I came a long way from where I started. So I'm working, I'm saving a lot of money too. I want to be a homeowner. I want to go to college. I have a lot of goals.
We're in a better place because of Hale Kipa. Hale Kipa helped me get my one-bedroom apartment in Pearl City. And then from there, I housed my two brothers. And then, you know, I was teaching them what I learned.
I think throughout life, we go through a lot of ups and downs, and hanging in there, not giving up is the key.
It's those small things, you know, and that's only possible because Hale Kipa gives you the time and the space to build that meaningful, purposeful relationship with folks.